Peace, family. Peace and salutations. This is Brothers in America. I'm the host that does the most, Brother Leo, Brother Conscious. I got two honorary guests on this platform with me today. I hope you all are welcome. Then I got Elder Bishop Carlos Nathaniel Keith from New Horizon, North Augusta, South Carolina. I got Brother King Dwight, you know what I'm saying, in the house. One of my brothers who I linked up with through consciousness in New York City. Very, very intelligent brother. Oriented brother, a brother, an activist, keeping the boys them out of the streets and keeping them active and doing what he doing, an entrepreneur and so forth. You know what I'm saying, family? How we doing today, family?
Doing good. Blessed by the best.
Blessed by the best. I love that. I love that. And today's podcast, let me just go into dialogue with my notes. We speaking on emotional intelligence. And I know both of y'all know what it means, but I'm going to go into details before you know what I'm saying, I'll have y'all break down y'all perspective of it. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It also understanding the emotions of those around you and responding appropriately. The key components of emotional intelligence is self-awareness, recognizing and understanding your own emotion, strength, and weakness. Self-regulation, managing your emotions, impulses, and reaction in a healthy way. Motivation, using emotions to achieve personal goals and stay motivated. Empathy, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Also with social skills, building and maintaining positive relationship through effective communication and social interactions. I will go ahead and have Elder Carlos Keith go ahead and just break down a little bit on emotional intelligence and your version of emotional intelligence.
Well, I appreciate you talking about it. It's probably the first time, like I told you, that I've heard the term emotional intelligence.
Yes.
So, before this, I've not heard the term, but since you, brought it out, and I'm gonna talk from a biblical perspective and some practical things. But my take on emotional intelligence is when we deal anytime with emotions, because we are triune beings. God created us to be triune beings. We're spirit, we possess a soul, and we live in the body. And basically that soul, that part of us, is your mind, your will, and your emotions. And so if we're going to do anything with the emotions, it's going to be in the soul realm. And so, as I told you earlier today, that when you get saved, what our intent is, or when you get born again, is you need your mind renewed, you need to conform your will, and you need to manage your emotions, because we were never given emotions to dictate our decision. And maybe that's what's happening. And when I say emotion, I'm really talking about feelings. Yes. And so you got to understand how to manage emotions to be effective in life. And then also to understand how to discern the emotion of others also.
Nice. I appreciate your breakdown of it, Pastor, and also in a biblical sense. Our brother King, you want to go ahead and you want to chime in on that, brother?
Yeah, one thing about emotional intelligence, as far as to understand through changing situations, and we do become emotional. The thing about emotional, like what brother was saying, is that you have to have self-control when it comes to your emotions, and also you have to have direction. And I think that's what's going on now, that there's no direction. I think it has become opinionism when it comes to our emotions. And that's what's really, as far as creating, as far as the problem within self, and also as far as around others, that, we take an emotion. Now, when I say emotion, you can have the emotion for the thought of the emotion as far as inside your head until that emotion comes out. And that's what becomes a problem as far as being a bad emotion. Because there's no such thing as a bad or good emotion unless, how you articulate that emotion as far as around people or yourself. And that's what's going on as far as what I see, especially me involved in the community, such as Rev, such as yourself, what we see. And also ourselves, what we go through in our personal lives. So I think one thing about emotions, as far as changing situations, yeah, we go through emotions, but at the same time, though, we can't have an emotional imbalance as far as giving direction.
Yes. Because I see, I like the breakdown, King. I definitely like the breakdown and your philosophical rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? That you apply in life. I like it because, and I can attest to it too. You know what I'm saying, from personal experience. You know that me personally, there's a person I gotta give you up before I start, Pastor. This is my personal perspective on things. That I'm not a person that goes out there looking for issues or problem. I'm a happy-go-lucky person, and sometimes I feel like I get placed in situations where I have no other choice to lash out. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, in my head or in the front of my head, not in the back of my head, in the front of my head, I definitely and personally feel like that's not the thing to do, because I tend to give people like chances. Like, I'm not going to go off on the deep end with you on the first try or the second try. Sometimes I take the third try. And then with that third try, you're going to get from the first time you cross me or wrong me up to that third time, you're going to get everything in one. And it's like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people consider me as being bipolar. I'm like, I'm not a bipolar person. I just don't like to be messed with, And this is from my personal perspective. And I know that when you're angry and you speak with an angry tone, that you don't necessarily articulate yourself correctly, because you can't be emotional and logical at the same time. Emotions and logic don't go together, So I definitely understand that. That's why this right here, what we're doing right now, this is therapy for me. This is therapy right now, speaking to two emotional brothers, two emotionally intelligent brothers. So this is therapy right now. And also we can reach out to the people that's in the podcast, that's listening, and we can give them guidance from two brothers that I consider to be very, very emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And also applying it to life. Whether it's be in the biblical sense or a cultural sense, applying it to life and educating as we go. Because this is an informative podcast, Elder Keith, I think you got something to say.
I think that, everybody's situation is different based on their background, their history, how they was raised,
yes,
what was done to them, what was not done in them that causes them in life to be like they are. Well, I've learned early in life that I can't let those things dictate my success or my failure. And so what I had to do, Leo, obviously I was not born in the best of situations, born in the Philly, born in the projects, born in terms of dealing with gangs and drugs and those types of things. But when God gave me an opportunity to go into service in the military, which I think is a big part also to help you, because the first thing they teach you is how to be disciplined. And you can't do what you want to do. You got to do what somebody else tells you. So that becomes the environment itself helps us to not be emotional. Because when you was talking about, oh yeah, and they make me upset and I want to, well, I get upset too, but I don't get out of control.
Yes.
And then the other thing I had to learn a long time ago is I cannot control another person's response, or actions, but I can control my response. And that's the issue. I have to be able to control my response, my actions, if I'm going to be in control of myself. And what happens is I don't never want to get to the point where I'm out of control. That means if I have to walk away, if I have to be silent, because I told you it takes two people to argue.
Yes.
And so one of the things that you may want to look at is the source of why are you the way that you are in doing what you're doing and responding like you responded. And I think the source of some of this may help us out.
King, I know you want to chime in as well, too. I want to say, can you go ahead and give your background, too, since Elder Keith give this background, as well as in terms of you serving in the same branch. You're always in the same branch, by the way.
Yeah, I served in the military. I served in the Army. 13 Bravo, 11 Bravo, 13 Foxtrot. As far as my work, as far as the community, it was something that I was taught by my grandfather, by my grandparents, especially my grandfather, though, because he was out and about as far as in the community. And I was interested. Like grandpa, tagged along, and I saw how he interacted with people. But also, I want to chime in on a few things. One thing about vulnerability, which is an emotion, it doesn't make you weak. Vulnerability is an identifier as far as to your problems. And I think there's a misconception as far as being vulnerable, especially when it comes to as far as the black man. You know what I'm saying? As far as in our community or our neighborhood, that we feel like, we can't express or say that something is going on because we see the signs of weakness. The weakness is by not identifying what the problem is as far as within you.
Yes.
And we also have the problem too of as far as putting our problem on other people, who have problems. That's another problem that's going on. And it's always been said by my grandmother that the mirror can't tell you about yourself, only that far as your appearance. You got to do some deep soul searching as far as what's going on inside, as far as when it comes to as far as being as far as these issues. But it is also, you said something too, Brother Conscious, about as far as logic and emotions don't mix. But it takes logic to filter as far as your emotions, as far as to make sense.
That's
good. I love that. And I also want to chime in with that because I'm a father of two. I'm a father. This is everybody here has fathers and grandfathers, both of y'all, fathers and grandfathers, and I'm like, with my youngest is he deals with anger and so forth. And I feel like I would be an oxymoron. I would be a hypocrite if I try to sit here and tell him or dictate to him in terms of controlling his emotions, and I can't regulate my own emotions. So I feel like that would make me the biggest hypocrite possible, So I'm going through this journey. Especially, I said again, I am a person that if I see something is a problem or is an issue, I'm going to deal with it because I can make up excuses. I can do this, I can do that, or I could try to change the situation, because a lot of people throw out, they throw out excuses. This is my reason. This is my justifications. Yeah. Or you could take the bull by the horn and deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to say I came in. I want to chime in with you, especially like what King was saying earlier. We have a lot of King and also Elder Carlos. He was saying that we have the trace and erase the issue, right? And we have in our community, I only can speak for our community and in the Black community and what I'm subjected around, I see a lot of angry boys in these households that they turn towards the street to validate them. They turn towards the streets that understands them, that they can relate to, and they have a lot of pent-up aggression for multitudes of reasons. I can't pinpoint everyone, but I know me growing up, and so forth, I had a lot of anger and aggression, for various reasons, and I feel like this podcast again is very informative. That's why we could have brothers them ministering and mentoring the brothers them, just like me and I. Then all go help us and advocate for us in terms of like put your emotions, like King does boxing. He takes our boys in his communities and he put them in boxing. Like work with this anger, work with this rage and so forth. Like just like redirecting somebody in a positive light. Like you got some anger and aggression, hit the bag a few times, take it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that's very definitely key in that. And then also like when you upset, you tend to say like a lot of crazy things that you're going to regret. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to say something in that minute that you upset, that you're going to regret. You're going to think about it after I self-reflect for a little minute. Oh, man, I messed up real bad. You know what I'm saying? So there's kind of teaching and forwarding people in towards that regard. Pastor, seemed like you had something to say.
One of the things I heard with the Brother King is that he had a source of some kind of teaching principles early in his life. He had somebody that he respected and honored that influenced him. And what I see now is sometimes the only influence in our young people is the culture and social media. And so if you get enough of social media where you're looking and seeing people respond in a negative way, that's going to influence the way you do some things. In the Bible, Paul said you got 10,000 instructors, but not many followers.
That's right.
I think we need more men that are willing to father the young people, and then the young people got to be willing to listen if they want this to be passed down, these principles, as you were saying, your grandmother, grandfather. You know, we can pass down the Bible even talks about the older teaches the younger person. But a lot of times the young people don't have value for old people to think we can teach them anything.
That's right.
There's nowhere, no place, and nothing that you've done that I haven't probably done. And so wisdom starts out by listening, because there's a whole lot of influence, and really it's negative influence, and we just really need a lot of positive influencers for our generation that's coming up.
That's right.
And I also want to say as well, you said being a lot of instructors and not enough teachers or followers. Yes, followers.
No, fathers.
Fathers, yes. But I also want to say we have to make that safe environment where they can feel at ease being there, because you said again, there are people out there, that's not you said, my bad, this is me. There's a lot of people out there want to talk the talk, because I feel like one of the greatest hypocritical thing our parents said to us, I don't know if your parents said to me, but me and a few others I said to us is, do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? Do as I say, not as I do. So we got to make a safe environment to them. We just can't be out there pointing our fingers like you need to do X, Y, and Z. Make them feel safe, make them feel comfortable. Because you got to remember
safe environment. What do you mean a safe environment?
Make a safe environment, because we tend to stand on or sit on our pedestal, and we trying to lecture the people, and like make a safe environment. Make them feel it's okay for them to come to you and talk to you. Make them feel like, okay, I'm not going to be judged. This man is going to take his time and work with me, or this woman is going to take their time and work with me. You know, because a lot of the younger generations are looking to the elders, like you just want to sit on your soapbox all day and just preaching to the choir. You know what I'm saying?
We're not talking about them. We're talking about fathers. And we talk about the spirit of a father.
Yes.
We talk about somebody that you can go to, you can share something with, who's not going to turn state's evidence on you. That's a real father. And then if you're going to be this father image, you have to earn the right to speak into a person. Like, you can't just tell me anything. I mean, you got to earn that right.
Yes.
In other words, there has to be a sense of trust, and you build that up. So, for instance, like you and I, you know, we talk all the time. I share things with you. You share things with me.
Yes.
You need to know that I'm not here to put you down. I'm here to build you up.
That's right.
But in that building process, it will require correction and instruction. And so I think that's earning the right to speak into a person's life by trusting.
Got you. Another question. How do you develop emotional intelligence from the two brothers here that has a lot more emotional intelligence? I'm going to start with you, King, and then we're going to go to our elder. How do you develop emotional intelligence?
Yeah, I wanted to chime in the last conversation.
My apologies. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. One thing when it comes to a father, you can't tell a man how to be one. But when it comes to a father, so you have to be a man and a father. A father is the only man that would tell his son to be better than me.
Yes.
To be better than me.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, that takes a man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To tell, you know what I'm saying, as far as your young, you know what I'm saying, your young boy who will manifest into a man to be better than me. Not to say, you know what I'm saying, that you're not a good person. Because I heard you say, Brother Conscious, that you being a hypocrite to your son. But no, you're not being a hypocrite to your son. What it is, though, both of you, as far as you and your son, are connecting. So what it is, though, you going through what you're going through, and he senses what you're going through and what he's going through. So what it is, though, you have to guide him. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you didn't have that at his age, but now he has you. My grandfather always said, my father said something one day, and he didn't realize what he said. My grandfather had to correct him as far as taking footsteps. My grandfather told me, listen here, whatever footsteps you take, he's going to follow into your footsteps.
Yes.
He's going to follow into your footsteps. He's going to follow you into your footsteps. So wherever you walk, where direction you go, he's going to follow. So be careful as far as, you know what I'm saying, how you walk and where you walk.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. I've had a dollar bill out of throw it on the floor. King, you dropping fire right now. Dropping fire right now.
And now to answer your question it's called empathy. You have to understand as far what people are going through. You have to understand what people are going through. Like I said, one thing about emotions,
Yeah.
We need emotions, but like Brother Rev was saying though, emotions should not be your guide.
Right.
Yeah, but we need emotions to identify with people and also identify with ourselves. But it should not be our guide as far as I'm saying making decisions.
You know, one of the things I want to just throw this in here because I know you don't have a lot of time, but
you got a lot of time. We got time.
One of the things I try to do is I try to give the benefit of the doubt to people. Okay. The next thing I try to do is understand their perspective. The other thing I do is I don't do anything to them that I would not want them to do to me. I try to esteem and value everybody. Everybody is entitled to dignity and respect, whether you're homeless or whether you're rich or whether you're out there that done something. We're entitled to this dignity and respect from one another. That's what I try to do. And I understand that, you know, just like in a relationship, the problem is if I put a big white board here and I put a black dot in the center and I ask, what do you see? Most people say, I see a black dot. But really, there's a big old white board you see. And then a little dot, but they'll focus on the dot. And that's the problem. People focus on the 10% that's negative of a person. Forget about the 90. Forget about the 90. And there's a lot that's in people that we just need to pull out. We have to be those type of people to know how to pull that out of a person.
I like that. I like that. That 90 to 10. That's the world. I say that's a worldly view, and sometimes even some esteem followers of the word. Focus on the negative. That's what people cling to. They cling to negative. It's easy being bad. It's real easy being bad. It's hard being good. Or it's harder to be good than it is to be bad. Bad comes like that. It comes easy. But to you, Reverend Carlos, one second, my apologies. Give me a minute. I was so caught up in my conversation with you.
Well, you know, what's President Obama's wife said, when they go up, we go down. Okay, if you remember that, if a person is upset, you don't get upset because that just generates more tension.
There's more of a down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a downset.
Yeah. So, you know, you gotta be careful. You gotta know how to. And that's what I think. We're living in a season and a time where people really don't understand how to relate to one another.
Absolutely.
I feel like what King was saying, there's a lot of people lacking empathy. Like they some people pretend to feel or pretend to care, but there's a lot of people lacking empathy. Because you got to understand that in order to have those set of skills, I call them skills. In order to have those set of skill set, you must see that. And what they don't see is they see people wearing masks and so forth. So it's like I can pretend and be this way, but I can't really resonate with them. I'm not resonating. I just know how to fake like I care, fake like I'm listening. Right. You know what I'm saying? I wear that mask, and then guess what? When you go away, I'm right back to my old ways. You know what I'm saying? But the question I ask to you, Elder Keith, is how do you develop emotional skills, like emotional intelligence? How do you develop that?
Again, well, I may have an advantage.
Yes.
Because I'm a pastor.
Yes.
Which means I deal with people, and then I have to have God empowers me to do what He assigned me to do. So I may have something in me that may not be the same as you because you may not have the same assignment I have. Yes. So in order to pastor people with all different types of personalities, I got to be able to deal with that.
That's
so
right.
God has given me the grace to deal with people. And I understand that that's a gift from God because, again, I was in the city of Philadelphia and somebody said something to me, I want to put my hand down their throat. But I had to, yield myself to the principle that the Lord has in the Bible in order to be effective. And so I understand that I have to decrease and He increase. And how would my Lord deal with people? Would He be arguing and snapping and calling them out of name, or they get arguing and He stop? No. I got to use the wisdom that God has given me. So I'm always researching, I'm always reading, I'm always studying. And really, I'm digging deep into what God's word say. It's a lot in there.
Yes, I like that. I like that. What you saying? You saying you always trying to elevate yourself in your case in the way of God. You know, what I'm saying sharpening your mind, refining your mind, becoming the best, better version of yourself. And I definitely understand that as well. And me, in my terms of how do I develop, or how do you develop emotional intelligence, is by like me right now with this platform I'm on. I got two great brothers on this platform right now, renowned brothers on this platform right now. That as y'all talking and teaching, I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes to sharp. They have a saying, iron sharpen iron and man sharpen man. You understand? So this is beneficial to me. You know what I'm saying? This is beneficial to me by y'all coming on here and y'all imparting y'all wisdom, y'all experience onto me right now, and me just clinging to that and using that to apply that to my personal everyday living. You know what I'm saying? So I want both of y'all to know that I'm a student and y'all teaching me right now. You understand? Just as well as y'all reaching out to the masses.
We all students.
Yes, we don't never stop learning.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Now you got some fools I wouldn't say fools, but you got some people that feel like they know it all. Go ahead, Elder Keith. I know you got something in that regard. I know you got something to say.
Let Brother King say something.
Gotcha.
I've already said enough.
I got you. Go ahead, Brother King.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, to chime on what Brother Minister was saying is that to come to him with your problems, you have to have respect for him. You can't let your problem, let you disrespect as far as Brother Minister, myself, or anybody.
Yes.
Or anybody. If you have an issue and you reaching out, you got to reach out as far as respect. You can't reach out to them, everybody, is my problem but me. My grandmother always taught me, and the reason why I go to my grandparents, because my parents didn't raise me.
Right.
They had fun in making me, but they didn't raise me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes.
But one thing my grandmother always told me, when you point that finger at someone, you got three of them pointing back at you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Me, myself, and I, YOU, them three fingers are pointing back at you. So this is a message as far as to the young people and even the older people. When you come as far as to your minister, to your coach, to your brother, you can't come as far as with the attitude. Listen, you can come with the load. Yeah. You can come with the baggage. But I always say, are you willing to unpack? You have to unpack. Because you just can't bring the load and try to put the load that's on someone else. This load that you're carrying is also a way. It's also been said it's how you carry your load. Because some loads you have to carry. Some loads you can put down, but some loads you have to carry. You got to bear that. You got to bear that water. You know, like I said, Brother Minister can attest to us. You can't drink from the same fountain as far as bitter and sweet. You can't do it.
That's right.
You can't do it. Like I said, don't be a drain, but be a fountain though. But at the same time though, you can't drink as far as bitter and sweet.
Yeah, that's good. You know, one of the things, or some of the things that I think we haven't learned, or some of the maybe youth haven't learned, is priorities. You know, you got to have priorities. You got to understand responsibility. Absolutely. You got to understand accountability. You know. These things like that, you gotta understand. You gotta prioritize character over your feelings, and then we never taught them how to make decisions, because your life is a combination of decisions. You are today based on what you decided yesterday.
That's right.
Okay, and you'll be tomorrow based on the decisions you make today. So.
That's right.
For me, I'm always looking ahead. I want to be responsible in my decisions. I don't want to make quick decisions, but I want to make quality decisions. And yet we tell our children to make the right decision, but nobody has ever taught them how to make a decision.
That's right.
And so those words and those things, as we get older, you know, they're going to become more and more important to our young people, but they're going to see that they failed to do that. And that's why they're in the place that they are today.
Yes, yes, that's definitely key, especially the youth, because I feel like also in this realm of emotional intelligence, I feel like a lot of not saying a lot, I'm sorry, Elder Minister Markin King, he always get me with generalization, but
I said stereotype.
yeah, same thing. but
Stereotype.
but I see a lot of not a lot. I see some folks lack maturity. They lack maturity. And sometimes again, sometimes you don't get to see that until things go south or go bad.
Correct.
You know, like it's like you spoke. Was it you? Yes, you just spoke on accountability. A lot of people lack accountability. Some people lack accountability. It's always good to point the fingers, like King said, and three pointing back at you. We play the blame game all the time, and I was once a victim of the blame game as well. We play the blame game too much. It's easy to go ahead and pass the buck to somebody else.
Yes.
It's your fault. You did that. You brought this out of me. Nah, you was always this way. You just needed a reason to show off your true colors, and you did, and I believe you. You know, but I feel like it takes a lot of maturity. Gotta be in that constant state of wanting to mature, wanting to better yourself. Even constructive criticism. It was a point in time when somebody tried to critique me in a good way and sometimes in a bad way. It doesn't matter. But they tried to critique me, and I'm like, you know what? You see something in me that I don't see. This is how I am now. But before I'm like, man, listen to me. You keep that old mumbo jumbo stuff to yourself. But right now I'm like, you see something in me that I can perfect. I can perfect this. I'm listening now. I wasn't before. I was listening now, and I feel like a lot of folks, some folks don't have that. They're hearing you, but they're not listening. There's a difference. They're hearing what you're saying, but they yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes, family. Yes, family. I feel like we hit the nail on the head. I feel like we hit the nail on the head with the podcast. I don't want to drag out the emotionally intelligent more than what it is, family. But I like that. You know what I'm saying? We have a philosophical brother, very, very smart, very wise, very intelligent brother. But here we had another hoodlum from Philly at some point in time in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I appreciate my background.
Yeah,
I do too.
I appreciate that. I appreciate where I come from.
It made me what I am.
Yes, it's all a part of who I am today. But I was thinking about, Leo, what you were saying, and I thought about pressure. You never know what's on the inside of you until the pressure is on you.
That's
because
right.
when the pressure's on you, what's on the inside will come out on the outside.
It will develop. It will definitely develop. Yeah.
Yes.
And I feel like that's a good thing and that's a bad thing, because sometimes pressure bursts pipe, like King would say, or it makes diamond. It makes diamond.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's a good thing sometimes, but it's a bad thing, because sometimes if you provoke or you push the bear, I can say in that regard, if you provoke or push the bear, you're going to see something that you wasn't expecting. It's going to shock you sometimes if you're not mentally prepared for that. So I feel like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing too, because I feel like that goes into life. You can have a manager. I wouldn't even say a boss. You have a manager. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is say the right thing to them, and they're gonna blow up and show you who they are, and then you're gonna lose your job. Because most times people retaliate. You say something, I'm gonna say something. That's just how this culture working right now. That's how this culture.
Age has a lot. Has some.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah. Maturity.
Yes, because you got to remember, I'm 72 years old.
Oh, wow.
So that means that I've been through just a lot of things and been able to perfect some things or be able to grow out of some things. So I've not always been, you're emotional intelligent. I haven't always been emotional intelligent. Okay, I had to grow into that through life, and I had to prioritize what's important and what's not important. I mean, I could probably be in jail like some other people if I didn't prioritize certain things in my life.
That's right.
King, I know you want to chime in on that. You want to chime in on that, King?
Yeah. One thing we should be careful of, as far as some of us, is that it's not the product of our environment. It's the product of our choices.
Yes. Yes.
You see my hand here, how it is? When you point that finger, you point the finger like this, right?
Yeah.
Now this pull back the hammer. This is the chamber.
Yes.
You understand? This is the chamber, and this right here pulls.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, though, when it comes to our emotions, be careful what comes out of your chamber.
Right.
Because you can't retract it back.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. Words, powerful.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's definitely. And I saw that shot you took at me too, King. Some people, I saw that too. That's why I chuckled. But I wanted to say, family, this is what it is, family. This is me gaining more emotional intelligence from some emotionalist people to the left of me. New Horizon Outreach Minister, and and also Brother King. I appreciate y'all imparting y'all wisdom, and I want to say too, Elder. I want to say as well. You said sometime age. I've seen, and I'm sorry for putting a label to them, but I've seen a lot of. I've not a lot. I've seen quite some elder fools. They're still doing. They're still thinking the way they thought when they was 15, 16, 17, and now they're in their 60s. Now they're in their 50s. So sometimes wisdom do play a part, but that's only if you're open towards making yourself better. If you've reached that sometimes you have to hit the bottom. You have to hit rock bottom to know that, you know what, ain't no place for me else to go but up. But you have some people like, you know what? I'm at the bottom. I'm going to repeat this cycle again and again and again and again, and keep on going. So sometimes age don't mean nothing. Age don't mean nothing sometimes. Go ahead.
My grandfather always said, when people like the basement, don't bring them to the first floor. Don't bring them to the first floor, brother. If people like the streets, don't bring them in your house.
No.
Don't bring them in your house. What is it? You can't, listen, one thing about us, we can't save nobody, you know what I'm saying, but ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can't save nobody but ourselves.
That's right.
So be careful who you bring through your door.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And that's emotional intelligence too. See, the word is emotional intelligence. It's not just, emotional disturbance, emotional breakdown. It's emotional intelligence.
Yes. I love that. I love this panel, family. I'm going to have to invite both of y'all on again. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have to invite both of y'all on again. Wisdom. All I get is right now is wisdom. It's in the air right now. It's in the air, and I love it. I love it. Family, that's all we got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all. Let me go ahead and give my introduction one more time. This is Elder Carlos Nathaniel Keith. Yes, originally from Philadelphia, from the streets of Philadelphia. Got saved. Went into the military, changed his life for the best. He saw he needed growth and development. He submitted himself to himself and applied himself to become this well-renowned, outstanding speaker you see today. And also my brother King right here, brother King right here. This is a brother I met in New York through consciousness, through our Black empowerment, Black liberation. We came together, we connected. Well-renowned brother, activist in the community. I saw it. I saw it. He lived it. A father, a grandfather, and an active person in the community. Went into the service the same way as Elder Carlos. You know what I'm saying? And we did it. And we here. We here, family. I appreciate y'all. This is Brothers in America. I'm gonna let y'all close it out. I'm gonna let both of y'all close it out.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity just coming on, and hopefully we said something to help somebody that may come on or see it. I just give the glory to God, the word of God, as the difference maker in my life. And when I saw those opportunities, I knew they would help me and not hurt me, and I jumped on it. And because of God's grace, I am where I am today. Thanks, Leo.
Yes. Brother King.
The biggest enemy that we have in our life is ourselves. You can say the white man all you want, but like I said, but if you doing it, then what it is, you got to own that, and that's what's going on here too. The biggest enemy, as far as in me, is is ourselves.
Yes,
we are the biggest holdback, drawback, obstacle as far as that prevents us from doing what we need to do as far as our fruition.
Amen.
And it takes observation, aka wisdom, to see that.
My brother.
Can't let you leave with that. All right, family, that's all we got for today. Peace, positivities, blessings. Thank you for listening to Brothers in America with my two renowned brothers, them right here, Elder Carlos and Elder King. Appreciate y'all, family. Peace and blessings. Liberty.
Liberty.
Peace, family.